This is Brian from the Southern Islands, and we're here today at day one of the third Ultra Ball League happening this season. Here we are playing at Taste Novena, Taste Orchard, sorry. And this was in conjunction together with the card show that Ruel's hosting, right at basement number 4. So let's dive into this matchup right away. We have Noel playing Dragapult as well as AMZ playing Dragapult. It'll be interesting to see which variants of Dragapult they're playing, as I think in this format there is either the pure variant or the bomb variant. In my opinion, the bomb variant is slightly favored, as you have the flexibility to kind of one-shot your opponent's Dragapult, whereas the pure Pult does not really have that flexibility, right? The only advantage I think the pure Pulp version variant plays is that Monkey Dory with the luminous energy, so you have a little bit more flexibility with what you can do with the luminous energies, but you are also able to shift damage back to your opponent if they don't take clean knockouts and they leave damage on the board. I believe during the start of the setup, we did see Noel play the the Dusclops version, so he is definitely playing the bomb variant here. So looking at this mirror matchup right now, if you ask me who's favored, or rather what players can do to kind of be favored into this matchup, the question is who's gonna win the Badoo, right? So both decks play Badoo. The deck that has the surviving Badoo and is able to maintain that item block for as long as possible will likely have the advantage, right? I think if EMZ is playing the pure variant here, the pure variant has a little bit more chances of surviving with item lock in play, whereas the bomb variant rather does suffers a little bit more in that state, right? So the other thing as well is it also depends if they're both playing the bomb variants, who is going to be able to utilize their Dusclops and Duskulls a little bit better. So they don't want to leave Duskulls middle of the game once your opponent has gotten a Dragapult set up, as you're just giving your opponents easy prizes to take in between Phantom decks, basically, right? So just need to be wary about when you're going to be benching those Duskulls. I do believe I see the Duskull for AMZ as well. So this is going to be a pure skill matchup, right? Who is going to be able to bench, or who benches correctly, who maintains their bench space a little bit better. I don't really like to see 3 GPs in a mirror matchup. Also, we don't see a Duskull here, so the AMZ is slightly behind here. So we do see a research being played from Noel. Noel is also has the Earthen Vessel, so he is going to be able to use the Earthen Vessel to find the energy attachment for a turn, so he's going to match energy for energy. The other thing that I do want to mention here for the mirror matchup is that if whichever player is able to attach energies every turn has that slight advantage. I do see Noel dropping that rescue board with the Earthen Vessel. Not sure that's the right choice, because usually a pivot is what you would like to see here, and the rescue board does give you that pivot without the need to keep a Badoo on the field, right? So his hand must have a lot of important resources, so that he just chooses the ops to discard the rescue board instead. I do see counter catcher. I do see some other stuff as well. So a little bit curious as to why he threw that rescue board away. He does have that energy attachment to the GP and just uses Itchy Pollen. So Itchy Pollen for 0 energy cost, doing 10 damage to your opponent, and your opponent can't play item cards next turn. In this case, AMZ manages to sneak by the situation by playing Brock Scouting. Brock Scouting not an item card, so you're able to use that to find an evolution or 2 basic Pokemon. We do see AMZ's choice of a spec here is going to be the Neo Upper Energy. So that means he's not going to be able to use an Unfair Stamp or Sparkling Crystal in this instance. So good to know. It's good for like sudden comebacks when you have no energy to the board. You just attach that Neo Upper Energy, and then you're kind of good for there. But it also means that you have less disruption, right? So a little bit concerning as to what other disruption options AMZ has. We do see him playing that Jamming Tower, so the rescue board that Noah threw away has that slight advantage. Or rather, it's not as bad because rescue board is currently in play, and Noah doesn't have a way to discard that or to bump that stadium. Right, so we also see Night Structures being used. to evolve that Dracloak, finding that Dragapult for next turn. We do see Rock Scouting being used now as well. Likely to find one more Dracloak, I think. So he does find one more Dracloak. He is just going to be really happy just evolving that, and we will likely to see another Recon Directive happening here. So Recon Directive allows you to see the top two cards of your deck, put one below and put one to your hand. Now he has two counter catchers. He's likely going to counter catcher a Dracloak. Yeah, actually, I may prefer to counter catcher the Dreepy here. Just buys a little bit more time. He then just manual retreats, and he will establish Iron Lock yet again using Itchy Pollen. I'm sorry, not manual retreat. Sorry, it's a switch. So he has two energies on the board. Things are looking pretty good for Noel now, especially because he has a Dragapult in his hand. So if he needs to, he can just evolve the Dragapult Iono and hopes that he draws into an energy card, which would be extremely detrimental to AMZ. We also do know that Noel has an extra copy of the counter catcher. So this turn, if Noel, sorry, next turn, this turn, if AMZ doesn't do anything, Noel can just simply counter catcher the Dracloak at the back, and then and then just kind of do a soft wipe, so clearing one Dracloak with the energies and then one Duskull as well. But AMZ, no, with showing the usefulness of the Neo Upper Energy, attaches it to the Dracloak without any energy, and he's able to use Phantom Dive this turn, taking out one Dracloak is I think it's one Dracloak and one Dreepy. No, maybe it's just one. Oh, sorry, one Dracloak and one Duskull. That's right. So it's two prizes goes to AMZ, 3 prize lead right now. Things aren't looking too hot for Noel. He is also unable to play any kind of Duskull this turn, or rather play any Duskull at all. As any Duskull that he plays down is going to be immediately eliminated from the board with just one simple Phantom Dive right there. This situation, he needs to play the Iron to reduce the MZ's hand size. And I do want to see an energy placement being dropped right now onto that Dragapult, but unfortunately draws into the Psychic Energy, not the Fire Energy that he's hoping for. So things are looking a little bit tough. I may still want to use Reset Stamp here, or sorry, Unfair Stamp here. It just shows a few more cards for Noel to draw into, basically. Or you see 5 cards from that Unfair Stamp, and then you'll see 2 more from that Dracloak. Oh, wait, no, he didn't find Dracloak. He finds a Duskull instead with the Lux Cape. He is determined to use the Duskull at this point in time. He does match throw the Fire Energy as well, so we fully expect to see a Phantom Dive return attack here. He is going to remove the Duskull off the board. So this Dragapult, on the left side of the field is going to be very healthy for the coming turn. So right now, AMZ is contemplating on what hand he can play. He does have, I think I saw a Dracloak there. I do see a Night Structure as well. Option's not looking too great, right? Because if Noel is able to use a rare candy and kind of just evolves it into a Dusknoir, he is going to be able to just take a knockout onto that Dracloak, onto the front Dragapult, and then just go continually swing at it. We do see Flying Entry coming down from Haluja, puts 10 damage onto that Duskull, puts another 10 damage onto the Badoo. Isn't really going to do much. We do see Research and... Was that Boss's Orders? I could be mistaken, but Research allows him to reset his hand, so now he has 7 hand cards. Finds one more Dracloak, is going to be able to draw more cards with that Recon Directive. But now, what AMZ needs really is that Boss's Orders of Countercatcher isn't going to work, so I'm not sure why he played that Research. I guess he's just trying to find more outs for next turn. If AMZ here is able to find that Boss's Orders, it is just going to be game next turn, as he can just take 3 prizes from the Duskull as well as the Badoo with whatever Dragapult that he set up, and he has 2 Dragapults that are set up right now. So we do see Phantom Dive being announced, 6 damage counters onto... 5 damage counters onto the Duskull to take a knockout because of the Jamming Tower, Lux Cape onto the Duskull, and just benching the Duskull seems like a potential misplay coming out from Noel here. And from there, things aren't looking too great from the side of Noel. He needs to be able to take a knockout onto this Dragapult in the front, and also evolve or just a hand attached to another to his Dreepies behind. But you know, it may be a little bit too little too late. We do see him playing that Unfair Stamp earlier, so Neo Upper Energy is not an option at this point.
things are looking very, very dire for Noel here. I personally don't really see a way out. Maybe if he plays the Blood Moon Ursaluna, maybe he could kind of just retreat hand attach on the Blood Moon and take a return knockout onto this front Dragapult whilst leaving the back Dragapult at the back and healthy. But things are looking dire. We do see Nest Ball come down as well as Night Stretcher. So that's a telltale sign that Blood Moon is not in the deck right now. He also does have the energy. So if you had that Nest Ball, so if you had Blood Moon, it would be a simple night. Oh wait, the Blood Moon went into the discard pile. Okay, so we do see Night Stretcher being played here, likely for the Blood Moon. We see a manual retreat when it's going to be a hand attachment to that Blood Moon Ursaluna, and he will be able to have that 2-prize that return knockout. Unfortunately, I don't think he did see an Iono. If we do see an Iono here, I think he'd be in a much better spot. But he has the Arven, he has the boss's orders as well as the research. Not a way for him to disrupt his opponent's hand here. So things aren't looking great. And switches were also used earlier, so he's not going to be, even if he takes a knockout onto this front Dragapult, he's not going to be able to take a or move much from that Blood Moon later on. And it will just be, I believe it's just going to be a knockout here. Yep, knockout onto that Dragapult. And AMZ does have a readily available Dragapult, and he has the boss's orders in hands as well. Shows it to Noel, and it's GG. It was a close match, but unfortunately, Noel was not able to do anything with the hand that he was dealt. Hey guys, this is Brian from the Southland Islands, and we're here to record Swizz number 2 of the Ultra Ball League that happened at Taste the Orchard on the 1st of June. Today we have Daryl playing the Goldangle deck as well as Wright playing EVBox. EVBox actually a real big rising star, I think, over the past few weeks. People have been playing more EVBox as the cards, I think, have been a little bit more accessible, as well as looking at how the meta has slightly shifted. So EVBox, for those of you who aren't aware, it's very similar to TerraBox, right? Except that you do have the inclusions of the evolutions in the deck, right? So you've got a few main cards here. You've got EVEX, the card that you see right starting with 200 HP Pokemon that can evolve into the other evolutions, right? For those of you who are thinking, oh wait, what's the difference here? Well, typically, if it's an EX Pokemon, it can't evolve, right? So this is the one unique thing, and the reason why people play it is because it has a little bit more HP than its counterparts. Its counterparts typically have 50 or 70 HP, so this allows this EVEX to survive a little bit more with a little bit more tankiness, right? And I think Wright accurately has seen that, so he decides to just start out with the EVEX, not worried about retreating it, so that it can kind of stay in the field with the energy attachment that he just put. This start, even though he doesn't start with a Fan Rotom, is actually pretty ideal, as it has as he starts with a Hoot, he starts with an energy attachment, and I'm guessing because he threw away a Noctowl with the Ultra Ball, that he probably has another Noctowl in hand or another way to find that Noctowl accordingly. On the other side, Daryl's also got a pretty good start. 3 Gimme Ghouls, and a TM Evo with that energy card, so can't really be complaining can't be complaining too much, having 2 Goldangle set up right from the get-go. But here Wright has a plan in mind. He just needs to have I think 1 more attachment before he can and an evolution, of course, in order for him to use in order for him to use Sylveon's Angelite. Angelite being a very unique skill here, a very unique attack here, where you can actually send 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon back into the deck. This is not a knockout, this goes straight back into the deck, right? So you don't activate things like your Phesandipides, you don't activate counter catchers and all that, you just simply send everything back into the deck. However, seems like he used Iono there, unable to actually find the Sylveon, unable to find all the pieces he needs. So Wright is actually in a slightly tough situation here. May not have wanted to attach that Sparkling Crystal, because you've kind of committed a lot of resources there. So okay, so he decides to go for the Terra Ball play to find a Flareon instead. You're using Burning Charge to charge up his Pokemon on his side of the field instead of going for the Sylveon route. I think this play is okay as well. Allows you to set up for 2 more Flareons, as Wright has a very, very clear game plan of just using Burning Charge multiple times. But him taking out a 1 prizer Pokemon instead of the 2 prizer may change the game plan slightly, because at the end of the day, Daryl can just go for 2-2-2 here, aiming for the Flareon, the Pheasantipity, as well as the Terrapagos, which Wright definitely has on his side of the field at the moment. So Daryl here using coin bonus allows him to find 2 cards. Allows him to draw 2 cards if coin bonus was used in the active spot. And prior to this, we saw him playing that Cypher Maniac, which allows him to put 2 of any cards of his choice to the top of his deck in any order. So it effectively reads coin bonus, draw 2 of any card that you like, and you're playing it with that combination. So here we just see the hand attachment from that front Goldango. I think Daryl would like to see 1 more Gimmighoul come down. Daryl actually plays the Laventia to allow Wright to thin out, I think, some of his Pokemon on his side. Not too sure whether I would have gotten rid of the Hoot or the Pheasantipity there. Probably would have preferred to, I think, get rid of the or even the Terrapagos. Hey, as Terrapagos is kind of just like a sitting duck at the moment, with the only damage cap of I think 240 damage. So it's not even able to take out the Goldango, even with the max bench on right side. So there is a little bit of curiosity. Daryl also making a very interesting choice, choosing to put down a Monkey Dory instead of a Gimmighoul to continuously set up here. He does manage to take on the knockout with the Make It Rain attack, which is you can discard any amount of energies from your hand. Each energy you do discard in this way, that's 50 times the amount of energy you discarded, right? So he discarded, I think, 6 energies to do a whopping 300 damage to that Flareon EX, which has a 270 HP hit point cap. So now Wright, I was passing back to Wright, so deciding what he is wanting to do here. Use a Super Rod to shuffle back some Flareons. As well, I didn't quite see what else he put in there, but definitely trying to find this Flareon here, as he wants to continuously attack, right? Right now, Wright is actually 1 turn behind, because if you look at the prize mapping where Daryl wants to go 2-2-2, Wright also kind of wants to needs to complete the game in 3 turns, right? So he took 1 prize, so you'll be able to do a 2-2-1 prize mapping here. I don't think there's any way for Wright to skip prizes with this version of EVBox. So with that, I believe Wright just uses Colorful Friends and passes, which isn't great because there's no hand disruption there as well. So if Daryl just has a way to gust out a Pheasantipity or Terrapagos to the back, then Daryl is fully in control of this game. He uses the coin bonuses here, trying to draw as much outs as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think I see a gusting option here, so it seems as if... Oh, nope, I lied. So there was a boss's orders in hand, so Daryl is just going to use Superior Energy Retrieval to get back 4 energies from the discard pile, and all Daryl needs to do is announce coin, not coin bonus, but Make It Rain for 5 energies at 250 damage, which is more than enough to take out this Pheasantipity. So right here needs to just use a hand disruption tool, so like an Ionos or a Judge here. Typically the deck, I don't think the deck doesn't play Judge, so it does play some Ionos, unless he has gotten rid of all his Ionos earlier in the game, which will definitely be detrimental for him. The whole thing of Goldango, the whole point of Goldango is that it needs to be able to draw out all its cards here, and I don't think, I don't see it right having a hand disruption option here. Not able to reduce the hand size of Daryl. I would have really liked to see the counter catcher in the Pheasantipity, and then just a simple Iono after that, following the knockout onto the Pheasantipity, right? I think this would have reduced the number of hand cards that Daryl has, and reduce the number of outs possible. But here, I see that I think Daryl doesn't really have a way out, trying to contemplate which cards he is going to be pushing up to the front. We do see an Ultra Ball, we do see Goldango as well, so Daryl is going to be pretty happy with this to see, I think, at least 4 one, two, three, four, five, 6 cards here. Uses a switch as well, so able to see 7 cards. Finds the Arvin here. Arvin for superior energy retrieval. We do need one more superior energy retrieval, I believe. I don't think he has the necessary energies in his hand. Interestingly, he plays that Rocky Helmet there. 4 energies. Uses the Levencia to find 5, 6 energies. That's 6 energies down, and that is just a straight up knockout for that player on EX. Pretty straightforward game here, right? Unable to do too much at the end there, but it is what it is, and we'll see you for the next video.
Here we go. Ultra Ball League, the final Ultra Ball League that happened on 1st June. Jess playing Dragapult Charizard, one of the top decks of the format, going up against Ernest's Ancient Box, a deck that we thought was gone from the format but looks like it's still around. Hello, Nicholas Young here from the Southern Islands, and I'll be taking over for round 3. I actually was supposed to be taking over further back, so you're going to see me saying that later on again. But we have some scheduling difficulties, so I'll be taking over for these few rounds. So they were table shuffling, waiting for the round to start. They were dropping their cards already, waiting for turn to start. We are in the last Ultra Ball League of the season, so timing issues are already sorted by now, so we should be seeing the game start anytime soon. What is that? Oh, I think must be his damage, because he just damage counters in that bag right there. So I'm wondering what's that random black bag zip. Ernst is using the very cool playmat with all the gym leaders on it, and Hiker for some reason. Not really a gym leader, but it does give an Alolan Geodude right there. Also, the both players were table shuffling. Very curious to know, guys, how do you table shuffle your decks? Let us know in the comments down below. Like for me, I would usually do a 4 stack. I know some people do 5 stacks. Some people do an increment stack. I don't know how to explain it, but you notice that they may put 1 card, then 1, 2 cards, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By this point, the first stack would have been 5 cards. Then second 4, then the next one 3, 2, and then 1 card. So I've seen all kinds of ways to table shuffle, but of course, after table shuffling, you need to mass shuffle your deck. Because if you just table shuffle like that and just give it to your opponent, that's considered stacking. With the Master Ball League coming up, guys, so please be like very, very careful when you are playing. This Master Ball League is going to be the most strict when it comes to judging, so don't try any shenanigans, I would say. And congratulations to those who were elected to the Master Ball League. I will see you there. Vlogging, of course. I can't be playing. So just waiting to see who will start first. Ancient Box is a lot of cool tricks up their sleeve now. I mean, not just using the baby Roaring Moon, that's their main attacker, but we also might see a Roaring Moon EX appear out of nowhere and fully powered up. So don't slouch on Ancient Box. While Dragapult Charizard, before the recent Japan Nationals, it did win a top major event in Japan. It is one of the ways to play Dragapult, because when you combine with Charizard can add the energy to Dragapult to its ability when it evolves. So that's also another way for Dragapult to be online and ready. Plus, you have the Draglooks as a way to draw into your deck. Pretty key and strong deck. Of course, it's whether it's stronger than the Dusknoir one or the straight Dragapult one. Oh, no wonder we're waiting. We're actually waiting for the freaking Iris Fighting Spirit to come then to be passed around. So I expect the match to come out very soon. No wonder Ernest was preparing the sleeves as well because of the promo card. Here we go. That's right. Match starts now. Ernest starting first with a Mew EX in the front. Not too bad. It's got a free retreat cost. Ultra Ball. Throwing a Bosses and the Janine Secret Art. He's eyeing a Fazan. Oh, it's just counting his cards for sure. Then comes the Squawk. It's likely gonna be a Squawk unless there's another way, or he doesn't want to discard his hand here. Veteran also in the deck. Yep, here comes the Squawkabilly. It's gonna be able to can we use your first turn, discard your entire hand to a fresh new hand of 6 cards. But of course, it sits on your bench as a liability with a not very high EX HP. Darkness Energy also in hand, so it definitely wants to discard it. It's going for a Monkey Dory, sending energy card. Mew drawing 2 cards first, then he's gonna discard everything away. It's just for a Latias, I think. And he puts the Roy Moon EX down. So the baby Roy Moon will be able to another Ultra Ball, trade another Darkness Energy, which is fine. Because the deck plays Professor Sada's Vitality, which allows him to charge energy from discard pile to 2 of his ancient Pokemon, 1 each, and then draw 3 cards. Here comes the Pecharan EX. So this is a really, really strong card here. It allows him to push his Darkness Pokemon up to the active spot, but against poison. So he's gonna leave the Void Moon in front. He's gonna put the poison damage on using Pecharan because he has Monkey Dory, so Monkey Dory is gonna be able to push damage up to 3 damage counters per Pokemon once per turn onto your opponent's side of the board. Jesno Slouch here getting Arven turn 1. So he's got Buddy Poffin and he's gonna opt for rescue board. Don't know if he plays TM Evolution, but looks like he wants to save his Pidgey from getting knocked out here. Here comes the Buddy Poffin play. It's going to be 1 Charmander and 1 GP. Here's a red GP in hand. Oh, he already has the TM Evolution hand, no wonder. So here we go, evolution time. Who is he going to pick? Okay, he's going to go for Charmander and GP, I think, to evolve. So Charmeleon and Jocto's coming out. Poison Tick. Then the turn will move to Ernest. You can take out this Pidgey here and not let just have a Pidgeot in play. Here comes that annoying Stadium that boosts poison damage between turns. Perilous Jungle, I believe. And Asada's Vitality this turn, so he's got everything he wants. Baby Pecharan can add more poison damage in between turns. So the Pecharan's ability is coming up here. Going to send the baby Pecharan, so should be able to knock out the... Yeah, we're going to move damage to the Charmeleon. Okay. So the Moon is clean. That thing's going to take damage, poison damage. Buddy Poffin taking out the GP. Is Charizard going to come out here? Ultra Ball is coming out, so one of them is coming out. Charizard is here. Energy coming out 1, 2, 3. And one should be going on to the Dracloak. And the Pidgey does have an energy to retreat as well, so all good there. Here comes the Iono play. It's going to disrupt. Ernest's hand, but we're going to go back to 6 cards again, but no prize were taken yet. Here comes the Dracloak. 1, 2. Econ Directive. Did he even look at those 2 cards, or he just picked up one from like face down? What the heck? See Stamp ready as well, I think, in his hand. We said Stamp. It's an unfair Stamp, sorry. A Nest Ball. So what's he going to take out here? Backup Charmander. He's going to get out the Fazan Deputy right now. Interesting. He's taking the first knockout on a single prize Pokemon. Here comes the Mew as a free retreat pivot. Unfortunately, unable to take out like a Squawk or Mew to go for a 3-3 price here. A 2-2 price here, I mean. And if you retreat, here comes Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon can be able to knock this Charizard out in one attack. If this needs one more energy, I think. Going for a boss's orders, take out the Fazan instead. Smart, not allowing just to draw cards and picking up 2 prizes as well. So right now, at this point, Charizard will be attacking for 240 damage. The Ancient Booster Energy Capsule boosts Roaring Moon's HP, so it's still out of reach here. I think he's thinking which to go out. I would send I don't think he has the rescue board anymore, so it's gonna send the GP out. The Juglock, sorry. Thinking if he can look, he has a Trigger pulled in hand. Not too sure about that. A little bit of a pinch here, Jess. Okay, he's gonna set the Defiance Band. That will boost the damage now to 270. Let's see what else he has in hand. It's gonna be a Jack. That will take 2 evolution cards from his deck. It's gonna be a PG Auto and Dragapult. Okay. I was thinking it's gonna be a Draglock, but let's see. Maybe he's not confident. He's gonna go for Draglock. Okay. So here comes the Draglock and a Pidgeot. And Unfair Stem. Alright, here we go. So what Jess needs right now is Psychic Energy and a Dragapult. 2 cards for Ernest, but he does have Mew EX, don't forget. Did Jess not get anything? I'm very curious because he did get an Artazon that will find a Monkey Dory. Okay. It's like every deck. Okay, he's going to go for a Monkey Dory pass damage. So that should be enough. 290 now. Wow, what a top deck with the Unfair Stem. Monkey Dory plus Luminous Energy to hit the Roaring Moon EX. And now he's down to 3 prizes. Still odd price number though. Very sad. Okay, Ernest got an Iono from that. It's going to draw 4 cards. Just to draw 3. But he does have 2 Draglock in hand. 2 Draglock on the bench. And a Pidgeotto. So it can evolve to Pidgeot next time. He can find any card he wants. Can Ernest come back here? Next ball, probably finding Fazan. Fazan going to draw 3 cards here. Let's get clear his hand to get Mew to draw extra cards first. Let's see. Let's see what he needs. Gonna go for Fazan straight. His bench is locked now. He's gonna go for Squawk to use this attack. The attack can do 20 damage, and then you can transfer 2 energy onto 1 Pokemon. Pidgeotto is here right now. So he did get it. I don't know whether he top decked it or he had it from the Unfair Stem, but it's quite insane because the boss's orders now. It's gonna go after the Mew that's already charged and go take a knockout on that. Here comes the Juglope. And another one. I just saw it very fast. Like faster than because we did speed up the match here for you guys. The 2 Juglocks and a Super Rod. It's gonna take back the Fire Energy and I can't see what was that Darkness type card there. Maybe Charizard, I'm not too sure. Or was it a Dragapult? Either way, here comes the Luminous Energy. So now we have 2 Juglocks. We have 1 Juglock with energy ready. Charizard takes the knockout, and now he's left with 1 prize left. Can Ernest come back here? He needs to take out this Charizard from the board, but I don't see any way he can do so. The Blood Moon Ursaluna doesn't do enough. Oh, he's going to force a retreat here using Iron Bundle. Let's see if he can. Let's see what Jess would send out. I'll probably send out the GVP, I think. No, I will not be surprised. Oh, he's going to go for Pecharan attack, I think. Perilous and Iono, so just go down to 1 card. But again, just does have a Pidgeot on the board though. So if Ernest doesn't take out this Charizard, Jess can just use the Pidgeot to search for boss's orders to win the game. He's thinking want to send out the Juglock with the energy in case he doesn't get knocked out. Okay. He can just retreat to the Charizard for a win. It's gonna be an Ultra Ball, I think. Yep. Not a supporter player because he already played Iron Resistant. What is the card? that he's thinking. He's thinking of Roaring Moon EX again. But there's no way the thing is going to be fully charged now. I'm going to counter catch it at GP and pass, I think. It looks like he's just scooped. I think there's no way for Illness to win this. Jess has got the game sorted. Congratulations to Jess for taking this round of Swiss 3. Alright, let's go into round 4 of the Ultra Ball League. It happened on 1st June, the last ever Ultra Ball League of the 24-25 Singapore Pokemon TCG season. Aston playing Raging Bolt, going up against Ayman, who's going Terra Box. Pretty funky recorded match we have here because Ayman's always been known for using Raging Bolt and all sorts of variations of it. But here he is playing Terra Box, going up against the deck that made him climb up the ranks this season. Very, very interesting matchup we have today. I'm using the EUIC, I believe, International Playmat with the Tiamat Ogerpon, while Aston going for the Iono Playmat. I mentioned in the previous round about table shuffling before a match. This was see what Aston was doing is what I was mentioning earlier about the stacking of the 1, 2, 3, like 1, then 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so on and so forth. Again, as you notice, both players riffle shuffling after the table shuffle because you got riffle shuffle, of course. 7 to 8 times after your table shuffle. Let's see who's going to go first. Can't really tell. I think Ayman has the choice for this one, but again, I'm not really sure. Because we don't record the sound since we fast forward the matches here. For your convenience, guys. For your convenience. Here we go. Let's see. Can't really tell whether SN has an excellent start or not. Ayman is considering Water Ogopon. Latias is also in hand. He's going for the Latias because it does have free retreat. So, because it gives all basic Pokemon free retreat. I was not feeling well there. Okay, looks like we're waiting for the round to start. We did give the promo previous round, so I wouldn't be surprised if we would start in the next couple of minutes. Again, all the teething problems were settled at this final Ultra Ball, so I believe that the tournament actually ended earlier than expected. Again, there was no top cut because there's so many players. Judges also don't want to stay until so late at night. So the last few Ultra Balls were a Swiss-only tournament to crown Mew EX winners. The most valuable card of the season, of course. I'm thinking if I was Aston, I'm gonna be prepping up some. I got my Hoots, getting ready to take a 2-2 prize lead. And Ayman, if Aston is playing the variant with the Hoot and Fan Rotom, Ayman's the Water Ogopon will be able to take quick knockouts. Also, depending if he has energy, he has Sparkling Crystal, a lot of factors involved in that. But again, Shaymin is not legal in this tournament. Only the Marnie and Stevens battle decks were legal. So only the cards that were in those sets. Not the rest of Destiny. So it looks like we're starting right now. And it is the Fan Rotom starting first. And Ayman's going to go ahead searching for Nest Ball. I believe he's going to find his Fan Rotom now. Let's see. He's doing a quick price check first. Already eyeing one Hoot. Gonna pull out, I think, one more Hoot and one more Noctowl. Addition to the Fan Rotom. Yep, and there's one more Noctowl should be coming up soon if he can find it. So Fan Rotom, find 3 colorless Pokemon that is 100 HP and below. Can be triple Hoot maybe. Maybe he really does have Noctowl in hand, I think. the kind of place that if you do this kind of, yeah, it does have 2 Noctowls in hand, so I think it's gonna go for triple Hoot Hoot. And if I was Aston, I would already be thinking, oh my god, this guy already has Noctowl in hand, maybe 2 even, for him to be so brave to come out triple Hoot Hoot on turn 1. Gonna go for the fan, gonna reach the Fenor and pass, so no Terra Pokemon in play for Iman. Let's see what Aston has. He has a Nest Ball, so Raging Bolt probably coming out. Teal Mask Ogerpon likely, or the Squawkabilly. It's gonna be Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. No Grass Energy in the hand though. I think he's gonna just use Fan Rotom here. At the very least, Aston will have access to Noctowl next turn because he does have Teal Mask Ogerpon, a Terra type Pokemon. Unlike Iman on the opposite side, even though he does have a Teal Mask Ogerpon playmat, that doesn't really count. So Aston will be probably taking 2 Hoot Hoot, 1 Noctowl. Let's see. It's going to go for Ditto and 1 Hoot Hoot, 1 Noctowl. Going to retreat. The Ditto going up to the front, and the Ditto will probably be exchanged for Raging Bolt or another Teal Mask. Let's see. Who is he going to go for? Yeah, it's going to be Raging Bolt EX. You can set an energy and go for the first attack, which he discards his entire hand and draws 6 cards. Not sure he's going to do that though, because he already has Noctowl in hand, so I think he's going to just set energy and pass here. Oh, he does have a Sada though. And yep, so you're going to use the Teal Dance ability, get 1 charge there. He can still attack, he can still charge 1 more energy. He does have a lightning, I'm not sure. He doesn't have a lightning, so he's going to pass here, okay. So Iman's turn now. Nest Ball, perfect, exactly what he needs to find a Terra Pokemon, so he can use double Noctowl this turn. Preferably an attacker. It's gonna be Lily's Clefairy. That would bench lock him, but he probably has a Crispin in hand if he's gonna go for this play. The Lily's Clefairy will give has an ability that will hit Dragon type Pokemon for weakness, and that is Raging Bolt. So he does have a Crispin. Going all out here, Iman doesn't need the Noctowls if he's going to take a knockout this turn, take 2 prizes on Aston. So his thing is considering what his second energy is going to attach to the Lily's Clefairy. Fighting is going to be, so 1 attached via Crispin, and then the other one pulled out by Crispin, he will attach it from hand. No, you can't, yep. He just realized that he can't use Noctowl. So this should be enough for a knockout. Here we go. It does 20 damage for every bench on both sides. And then of course times 2 because it's a Dragon type Pokemon. Aston a little bit on the back foot, but he does have a Nest Ball, so he's going to use Fazen, draw 3 cards because his Pokemon's knocked out last turn. See what he pulls here. There's all lightning energy in hand. Interesting. Going for another Teal Dance, draw 1 more card. I see fighting, I see lightning, I see nothing, basically. And the Fan Rotom won't be able to attack either because there's no stadium card. Maybe the Noctowl will find it. I think he's going to try to go for Sada here, get a Raging Bolt if he can. So the next one's going to probably find the Raging Bolt. But the Sada's only going to attach 1 energy because there's no other ancient Pokemon in play. There's the Mew. Not an ancient Pokemon. Going 3. He can get a lightning attached, but how's he going to retreat here? I think he's locked. Oh, yes, unless he's a Palm Catcher. So this Palm Catcher and take out the Latias, and try to chase the 2 prizes. So lightning energy coming on, and boom! Aston takes his 2 prizes. Here we go. Iman's turn now. Again, he can just retaliate here with a knockout on the Raging Bolt. There's more than enough to do so. I also see a Water Ogerpon in hand, but Iman's choosing not to put that down. Again, there's really not much benefit to doing so anyway. I don't think he's going to take a double knockout. He won't be able to take a double knockout. Here goes the Ultra Ball. Definitely not knocked out since he already has a billion hands. It's going to be Teal Mask Ogerpon EX as well. Grass Energy will let it draw a card. And it does have 1, so Teal lands for 1. Oof. So now he has triple Noctowl in hand. Aston will probably need to judge next turn if he can, or if he does play an Iono. He should Iono next turn. Here comes the Area 0 under depths. Nestball going to probably find Fazendipity here. Let's see. So Area 0 put down first. Yep, Fazen, here he comes. Now both players can have up to 8 bench Pokemon because even Aston also has a Terra Pokemon. 3 cards, not really what you want to see. Gonna set it onto Noctowl, which is quite interesting, and then take a knockout here. The turn goes back to Aston. Ideally, you want to knock out the Lily's Clefairy and disrupt Aiman. The Veggie is back again. But if he plays Sada, he's not going to get rid of Disrupt here. So it's Sada again. 1 and 1 on a baby Raging Bolt. Draw 3. Hope he has to keep the correct energies cards. Draw 3 more. It's going to be a very straightforward match if Aiman can recover from this knockout here. Grass Energy to draw 1. Any way to disrupt Aiman at all? Don't think he plays Unfair Stamp. He plays Prime Catcher. So he's just going to take a knockout here and pray. But what he doesn't know is Aiman has 2 Noctowls in hand. So he could, in a very ideal state, use the Noctowl to find Night Stretcher and find Crispin. So he can use Clefairy to finish the match off. So it's going to go Jamming Tower here. Again, it won't be enough to win. It won't be enough though because... you got to put that back. Yeah, 5-5. Because 5 and 5 is more enough to take out Clefairy. So the Tiamat can retreat with 1 energy. Let's see. So he drew the Crispin anyway. So here comes the Noctowl. Does he have a Night Stretcher in hand? Does he? Looks like he may not have one. Nest Ball. Finding Blood Moon maybe? Yeah, here got the Night Stretcher. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So Blood Moon coming out instead. And then Boss's Orders will yeah, that's enough, yeah. Because it's 1 energy. There's enough. Congratulations to Aiman. Didn't need to go do any confusing route. Blood Moon's enough. Blood Moon's enough to win the match. Congratulations to Aiman. We're jumping ahead to round 6 of the final Ultra Ball League in Singapore, the 24-25 season. It's been a long, long road for all of us participating in the Singapore official tournament scene. On our left, we have Yukai playing Dragapult EX going up against Zach's EV Box. I love to see EV Box. Not many people can play because the cards are a bit hard to get, but if you do have it, it's quite fun with Flareon EX as the main attacker. Well, we've seen Dragapult many times already on our streams. I think this is going to be a straight Dragapult. I'm not sure. Definitely no Charizard, but I'm not sure if Yukai plays the variant with Dusknoir. Setup is complete, so just going to wait for the game to start. Very likely it's going to start quite soon. Again, all timing issues were resolved here. So I'm hoping for Master Ball League, everyone will be playing at a quick pace. Yes, this is also the last official tournament before the Master Ball League happening very, very soon. Hopefully the video will be out before the Master Ball League comes out this weekend. Zach is already preparing to sign out. So starting the match here, Yukai will be taking the first turn with a Budew in the active spot. And he's forced to pass, okay. But I don't think EV Box is a way to take a turn 1 knockout. So he just has to pray that Yukai doesn't have anything else besides that. Likely Yukai has a supporter in hand, I think. An Alvin maybe. Usually they would have an Alvin. The next ball here. Usually Fanodom in this case. But yeah, Fanodom. So Hoot. Or double Noctowl Hoot maybe? Let's see. One more EV maybe? Since he already has a Hood in the active spot. Although he's going to get item lock next turn. He's got to consider that item lock next turn. Does he not have any EVs? Okay, that's not. Yeah, so I don't know if he plays the baby EVs. Maybe there is no more EV. So there is the Terra Orb. Gonna play out its items right now before Yukai goes for an item lock. Next turn. Class energy and attacking. 1 hits, 2 hits. Oh, it's just 10 short. You could have won the game right then. Then if you got triple hits. Oh, my heart is just beating so hard. I was nearly gonna win the game there. Can you guys? Ayuno is gonna try to come back here. He just get Buddy Poffin, so he's gonna be able to play this game. Thankfully, he's not gonna be a donk. Although secretly, I was wishing it's gonna be a donk because it's quite late and I'm still commentating on these Ultra Ball League matchups. So double GP, probably. If he has a team evolution, even better. But again, we're not sure. Okay, double GP is coming out. Ultra Ball in hand, gonna hold on to it, I think. And then just item lock. Okay, he's buffing up this Budew. It's plus 50 HP now, so no hoot shenanigans coming here. And the fan Rodom. Okay, putting in the stadium. So the Hoot is able to retrieve for free thanks to the Latias in play. Fazanibri is coming out very early. Interesting. Yep, so the Pharaoh is going to take a knockout on the Budew. He can't really play any item cards, so just straight to Yukai's turn. He has the Ultra Ball. He does have a Jocklook in hand as well. Immediately just evolves it. If you get a rare candy, you could evolve that GP into a Juggapult. The Ultra Ball is coming out here. I think Fazandipity would be the choice. Yes, there we go. That will allow him to draw 3 cards because his Budew was knocked out last turn. Let's see if he gets another Jucklook. He needs another Jucklook. Let's go for Iono first. Okay, that's even better. So Zach will be forced to draw 5 cards. Draw 3. So now you kind of have 9 cards to play with. A third GP is always welcome. Let's see how Lucha is well in hand. Going for Psychic Energy. Is he forced to? Okay, he's forced to pass. So Zach can take another knockout with Fan Rodom here on this GP. It would be even better if you could take a knockout on Fazendo or the Jock. Even better, or even better, take out the Jocklook with the energy on the bench. Oh, he did have an EV in the deck, so he chose to come out the third Hoot instead. Okay. Or maybe that was the card he picked up as a prize. Probably. I can't really see from our angle here. No knockouts, so Zach can't draw 3. So the hand can't really move though. But we're going to use Brock. Brock can find 2 basic or 1 evolution. So going to go for 2 basic, taking out the Lily's Clefairy and the Mew. Maxing out his bench here, putting on the Lily's Clefairy. Take a knockout, and now he's down to 4 prizes. So you could take 2 from the Fazan and hopefully knock out the Juggapult with Lily's Clefairy. For Yukai, that should be the key target here. You draw 3. So we're not going to see any evolutions here with Lily's Clefairy in play. There's a second Juggalo. I see Boss as well. Does he have a Fire Energy? So here comes the Juggapult. Fire Energy. Yes, there is an Earthen Vessel, so Fire Energy is coming. Oof. Just got a boss's orders to get that energy out. So Fire and Psychic. Fire is going to be attached to the Juggapult EX. It's going to be able to attack for 200, knocking out the Phanodom, add in 6 damage counters. Is it time for you guys to come back here? Interesting. It's going to go for, okay, and then it's going to use the Halucha. So I think it's going to take out all the EVs here. Yep. All the EVs getting knocked out. 3 prizes lead. Does Zach have a Crispin? That is the key here. Yeah, no Terra Pokemon, so he's forced to discard. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's correct. Terra Poké's coming down. So Zach does have a Terra Pokemon that he can use to find abilities. So is that Noctowl? I'm gonna go for Eevee again. Interesting. Okay, he does have Crispin. So we're gonna see a knockout this turn. Should be enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yep, that's 360 damage. And then Zach will take another 2 more prizes. And you can win the game if you can Night Stretcher this Clefairy and Crispin one more time. So draw 3 as well, don't forget that, since you already have got knocked out last turn. Mew's back down. Yep. So Yukai, I believe, is in the pinch here. Not only is the Dragapult a victim of Lily's Clefairy, the Fazandipity is also a 2-price target if Zach has a boss's orders in hand. Gonna try to recover himself here. Buddy Poffin taking out the GP. Only 1 GP, yes, because I think this already all 3 came out previously already. If I was you, I'd be staring at the big wall here. It's really like a bit far behind and no other attacker. Artisan, I don't know for... You're just gonna get rid of the area 0. Now, Zach is forced to discard cards. He's gonna choose to take out a Hoot. Oh my gosh, I would have never done that, but I would have chosen the Terrapagos instead. I would have never taken out that Hoot. Who is here comes the unfair stamp as well, likely after this. So Arven first. Ultra Ball? No, it's gonna go for Defiant. The vest that adds 100 HP. Gonna discard it with Ultra Ball to get the Blood Moon. So Blood Moon's gonna be able to knock out the Lily's Clefairy with the energy in hand. Yeah, it does. You just need to retreat that. Yeah, go rescue ball to retreat. Okay, so everything's ready. Unfair stamp time. Here we go. Zach was already prepared because he does have Mew and Fazandipity on the board. So I was already prepared for the unfair stamp. Again, I still wouldn't have... I don't know. I wouldn't have taken out that one Hoot though. Such a key card in your deck. So here comes a knockout. And send the Mew out because that's a free retreat. Artisan just to thin out the deck. Get out something else. Another Hoot if you can. Yep. So you know you won't be drawing that if you use Mew or Fazan. So replacing 2 cards. Mew draw 1. And Fazan draw 3. Can he come back? If he doesn't have anything, it's Yukai's game here. Because he's got to retreat the Blood Moon first. So Fire Energy coming. But no Flare. Flareon EX is here. Flareon EX has arrived. Iono to 2 while Yukai is down to 1 with Iono. Oh, he's gonna be forced to attack with Hoot. Does he know that Yukai already has 1 prize left? Bit silly to send the Hoot if you're gonna. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He's going to go for Hoot's attack again. That's 20 damage. If you guys can retreat back and forth this Blood Moon, it is over. Look at he got an Arven from this. Is there a way you can win the game with the Arven? So switch, and they'll switch back. Congratulations to Yukai. Comeback win with Blood Moon Ursaluna. I wouldn't have sent out the Hoot at the last one because he forgot that. I think he didn't see that Yukai has 1 prize left. So congratulations to Yukai going to round 7.
Alright, Nicholas here from the Solana Islands, and I'll be taking over for Swiss round 7 of the final Ultra Ball League in Singapore 2024-25 season. We have Edmund wearing our season jersey, playing Terra Box, going up against Yukai, going Dragapult EX. Let's see who's starting first. The winner of this round... Actually, by now already they are shooing for Mew EX, but the winner will fight for the top place and top points for this Ultra Ball League that happened at Taste Orchard Sunday. Or we let it call day 2 of that tournament. Looks like Edmund has a great start. I even see a Fan Rotom in hand. Surprise that he didn't play his favorite deck Gardevoir, but if you know the results, don't spoil it with me. You can just send in the comments down below. So it's a Water Ogre Pond for Edmund. He will start the match with that. Yukai has a Fizandipity EX. Here we go. So Edmund is discarding the Fan Rotom turn 1, getting the... Because he already has one in hand. What an insane start for Edmund here. Fan Rotom, Mew EX with a Nest Ball. Here we go, Fan Rotom taking 3 cards. Gonna be, I guess, Hoo and Noctowl, I think. Let's see. Yep, oh no, it's going for Girafarig here. Yeah, I better be careful when it becomes Farid Giraffe later. I'm just using it to discard though. Dragapult, it does not fear that card. It's just using it, trying to get out of the deck, clean up the... Getting out all the nonsense from the deck so that Edmund we won't be forced to draw into useless cards later. Edmund has Sob ready. Oof! You get forced to use Iono here in his turn 1. That means Edmund's 3 hand cards now back to 6. But you can just get an Artisan so he can set up here. Is to get 1 GP out. Don't think he has anything else, but we have to see if he drops a Buddy Puffy. Just using it to deck search now, his first deck search. Edmund just chilling. Looks like the Iono was a perfect Iono because he drew into 2 Noctowls with that Iono. Talk about luck, it's a skill indeed. Because Budu here going for a lock. Back to Edmund's turn. They get a judge, I think. So here comes the Noctowl. You can find any 2 trainer cards going for Crispin and Rescue Board. So Crispin will double charge on the Water Ogre Pond. Going insane. A turn 2 attack, taking out the GP and the Budu. Yukai seems to be completely lost here. I don't think he's able to set up at all. Yeah, searching through the deck, trying to get another GP out, but he has no bench lock because again, Shaman is not legal in this tournament. So if Edmund does have another Noctowl though, if he can find Crispin and I assume Sparkling Crystal, maybe he could go for another knockout on the GP on the bench. Okay, he's gonna replace the Artisan here with his own Area 0. Can get a Boss's Orders as well. But nothing he's going to attack. He needs a Crispin. So there we go. There is the Sparkling Crystal and the Crispin. So it's going to be a hit on the Fazandipity and the GP on the back, putting tons of pressure on Yukai here. He can't set up at all, and he's just taking a price rush here. So Yukai is evolving into a Drakloak. Not sure what really happened there. The damage onto Fan Rotom using the Halucha. So hitting damage on the Pikachu. Anyway, it doesn't matter because Edmund has complete pressure now. He just bossed up the Drakloak. Is going to take a knockout on it here. Think there's nothing Yukai can do. Edmund has just sweep the board and not allowed Dragapult any time to even set up. Yukai is going to try to delay some turns here, but I think energy switch, retreat. Yep, that's it. Congratulations to Edmund going to the final round with a clean XO. Here we go. This is the last round of the last Ultra Ball League in Singapore for the 2024-25 season. As we saw Edmund the last round, he's playing Terror Box. He's going up against FCN's Gardevoir EX. Wow. Talk about fate for Edmund here. He's fighting his favorite deck. Also shout out the cool looking Pokemon Card Lounge Shibuya playmat. Very, very nice. Curious to see who's going to start here and whether Edmund does have an insane start like he did in round 7. That luck is a skill shirt, really working out for him here. Of course, it's still available for sale if you guys are looking for it, but we do have a new season jersey getting just ready before MBL for the World's competitors. If you guys want to order as well, please send me a PM. Just waiting to see here who's going to start, because this is the match that will decide who will be number 1, placed first in the last Ultra Ball League of the season. For those who don't know, Edmund's playmat is actually Clifton's playmat on loan with all their signatures of all the top players around the world. Okay, looks like it is a start for Edmund. Got a great start with a Ditto in front. The Ditto is able to, as long as it's in the active spot, it can discard itself and you can replace it with any Pokemon in the deck, any basic Pokemon in the deck. So you can find the Fan Rodon with it, for example. I mean, it looks like Edmund is going for an Ultra Ball turn 1. Getting the Fan Rodon. Whatever, find the Who knocked out, I think. Or maybe the Giraffere, like how he discarded it in the previous game to try and thin out the deck. Looks like it's going to be Who knocked out. The Ditto was exchanged for the Water Ogerpon. We saw how Edmund put tons of pressure on his opponent last round with the Water Ogerpon, just hitting both the active and the bench and not allowing the Juggernaut player to even set up. Edmund is preparing a Giraffere though. Let's see what FCN's got in his mind. Got an Ultra Ball here. He needs to quickly get out and as many vaults as possible though, because Edmund can go for a Crispin play next turn and take out the vaults. Okay, he at least got 2 vaults on the board though, so it's not too bad. One needs to survive. Okay, got the evolution as well, so at least you'll get a Kylia on the board next turn. Edmund's thinking of the Sparkling Crystal, he's eyeing it out here, but yes, he's going for that and an Earthen Vessel. That way he doesn't need to use Crispin. He could Boss's Orders one of the Kylia and take them both out this turn if he has Boss's Orders in hand or another Noctowl. Let's see. So he's going to use the Earthen Vessel, get an energy out. It's going to be a water energy for sure here. I was checking on energy. Here we go. Water and Psychic. Probably attached to water so you can attack with Sparkling Crystal. Yep. Then the other Ultra Ball will find a Noctowl. Boss's Orders incoming. Here we go. He's going to take out both the Kylias this turn again. A Mew to replenish his hand after emptying it out with Ultra Ball. Edmund putting tons of pressure on each of his opponents. I'm very curious. I haven't really seen the previous games, but if Edmund's putting this much pressure, no wonder he's won every round. And I don't think FCN has anything. Is he going to pass? He's going to pass, so Edmund can win the tournament here with just this alone. He has if he can find Crispin something, a way to retreat. I don't know. Okay, he's got an Area 0 under depths to boost his bench space. But is that Ogerpon stuck in the front? Gonna get a Hooter, I think, here with this Nest Ball, hoping to get a knockdown next turn. There comes the Crispin, so he can attack. But he doesn't have... Oh, yeah, with the Sparkling Crystal, no issue here. They're just gonna hit and pass. Is that all? He does have a Buddy Poffin. Yeah, you should play the Buddy Poffin. You should play the Buddy Poffin. Keep in this game where possible. Double vaults if you can. Not sure even if he has 2 vaults in the deck left. But that turn 1 double Kylia kill was very, very impressive. Budew. Not sure he wants to retreat. Yep, it's going to retreat. But there's no issue for Edmund here. He can... Yeah, here comes the 2-0. 2-0 up the... One of the... Noctowl is nothing. Edmund with tons of pressure. Congratulations to him. That was a great example of Terra Box in action. He wins the Mew and the first place spot in the final Ultra Ball League of the Singapore 24-25 season. Congratulations.